My mother died unexpectedly about 15 years ago. She had been in St. Louis only a few years after leaving her home in Florida to be near my sister's family. As my sister, brother, and I met with the minister to prepare for her service, it occurred to me that my mother knew very few people in her newly adopted home, least of which the pastor. Recalling my father's funeral about 20 years prior in my hometown and childhood church, the building was overflowing with people, and the words were stirring. Here in my mother's new town, who could speak about the wonderful life she had led? Who could tell of the amazing grace she had shown to others? I commented that someone really needed to provide a eulogy. My sister said, "I agree, and Gordon, my brother, and I have decided that it should be you, since you have all the experience with public speaking." The prospect frightened me. I was already having difficulty dealing with the situation, but of course I had no choice but to agree. As I prepared my words, I discovered the reason I had been called to do this deed. I had never truly reflected on the greatest lesson my mother had taught. By her actions, she was not long on words, she had plainly demonstrated the virtue of being thankful. She truly had a wonderful life, a full life. She did everything she ever wanted to do and had everything she ever needed. She was content and fulfilled. Even so, in reflection, I realized that she did not have much by our standards. She never traveled to exotic places, hardly traveled at all. The closest she ever got to a cruise was a trip on a Lake Erie ore boat arranged by one of my dad's friends who worked at Sharon Steel. She always skimped and scraped to pay the bills. She lost her husband just when most couples were beginning to enjoy retirement. She lost 2 children. But to know Mary Longstreet was to know someone that was thankful for what she had. And that was all she needed. She was an appreciative person. This attitude transmitted to her children. We never knew about the things our family didn't have, only those that we did. There are very few really key life-changing events that we endure or that we are blessed with. This was one of those events. That day, my mother, even in her passing, taught me the true meaning of being thankful. She taught me that Thanksgiving is not a holiday, it's a way of life. I'm John Longstreet with another edition of the Longstreet Beat. Thank you for tuning in, and I wish you a joyous Thanksgiving for you and your family.